All right. The digital ally. Today we are going to finish it off with a bang. Okay. So, we did not qualify. We did not practice. We will be starting at the rear of the field here, making this kind of difficult, but hey, it's a long race. We're already in the playoffs. We got nothing to lose, so here we go. From the rear of the field, trying to get the win at Kansas Speedway here today. It'll be a few more days. Likely won't have another cup race for that Coca-Cola 600 until Thursday is what we'll probably be shooting for. Definitely be able to get it in on Thursday. I don't think I can do it on Wednesday, so still working on the final touches of next week's schedule, but this will round out this week's. So hopefully you guys enjoyed so far, and here we go. Green flag in the air. We are underway at Kansas Speedway. From the rear of the field in the 39th starting spot here, we got Bubba Wallace, who's also starting at the rear because of a mechanical issue. As we are set to go here in this one. 80 laps in the opening stage of the race. This is a 400-mile event, 267 laps. Stuck on the inside of the racetrack right now off the start. I want to get to the top as soon as I possibly can. Got to be patient with it too, though. Three wide off the exit of the corner there for a second. Now we're going to go all the way down to the bottom of the racetrack into turns 3 and 4. Ty Dillon, Landon Castle, both in front of us here. Or on the outside of us, rather. They're 3 wide just in front of us as well. Denny Hamlin leading the opening laps of this race here at Kansas. I want to get back to the top if I can here. We're making passes on the inside though, so that's making it a little easier. Yep, now we're able to move back to the top. Probably going to see me run the top side more often than not throughout the course of this race here today. Nice run on Austin Dillon. I don't know why I said William Byron. Good run on Austin Dillon there off the exit of turn 2. Still in 22nd. We've got a ways to go. Kyle Busch has taken the race lead now. He was so close to winning that race at Dover. He finished 3rd. We had a 1-2 finish for Penske because Brad Keselowski ended up finishing 2nd. A thrilling finish to the last 2 races, both at Talladega and in the last race at Dover, so we'll see if we can go for 3 in a row and 3 straight days here at Kansas. On the inside of Johnson through turns 3 and 4, we're going to make the pass. That'll move us up to 21st. Car's a little too tight on the bottom of the track as well compared to the top. The top side of the track, we tend to stick like glue. The bottom, not so much. We kind of want to wash up the racetrack a little bit. So we now work to the inside of Daniel Hemrick for the 19th spot on the 8 car. Try running more of a middle line here through turns 1 and 2. So even in the middle, we handle a lot better than what we do on the bottom. Now there's no one around us. We can go back to the top side of the racetrack. We see Kyle Larson up ahead of us, running the top side. Push the car a lot harder up here too, just because of how much more rotation the car has. Man, looking how close to the wall we got through turns 3 and 4 that time. Big run now on the 42 of Larson. We duck to the inside. Now quickly to the outside on Tyler Reddick. Oh man, Newman in our way. I was going to try to go to the middle thinking Newman was going to run the top, but Newman ended up going in the middle, so I had to make the late move to the top side of the track, and now we just have a ton of traffic. William Byron just in front of us. Chase Elliott in the mix as well. Just nowhere for me to go right now. I'm trying to get around these guys as cleanly as possible. Now we squeeze to the inside, 3 wide through the tri-oval. Got a little tight. Tyler Reddick almost came down into us. And now we're going to race on past Chase Elliott on the bottom of the track as well for 14th. Still about 6 seconds off the race lead. Once again, did not qualify. Starting at the rear of the field here in this one. Wow, really nice run on Stenhouse. That'll move us up to 13th. So we'll clear him down the front stretch. All the way down to the bottom, we're going to pass and clear Daniel Suarez. And that'll move us up to 12. Using the bottom more of a passing line here than the top side of the track, and then running the top when we're in the clean and open air, or at least as much open air as we could find. Problem is, though, we might have to worry about it getting a little too tight if we're in heavy enough traffic while trying to run the bottom, so I got to be careful of that as the race carries on, of course. But we're not practicing or qualifying, just starting at the rear. We're getting the hang of this pretty quick. Caution's going to fly on lap 12. First caution of the race. And much like the last 3 races, really, we've had a lot of cautions. As everybody from 36th on back is going to hit pit road. Nobody went a lap down yet, so Ryan Truex, Brendan Gaughan, BJ McLeod, David Reagan, and Cody Ware will hit pit road under the yellow. We're going to stay out of the pits here. And we will be restarting in 12. So all the top 35 stayed out that time. Kansas not really known for a lot of tire wear, so to only run about a little over 10 laps, it's not really going to hurt much. Once again, we were on lap 12 when the time of the caution came out. So we'll see where we'll be at now here with the first restart of the day. First time we'll get a chance to restart on the outside of the racetrack is now we're going to look down through the middle, 4 wide down the backstretch. Bowman's getting out of there. He gets out of the gas pretty quickly. Looking to the inside now, all the way down to the apron here through the tri-oval, trying to widen the racetrack out as much as possible on our behalf. Make some extra passes. Truex almost came down into us going into turn 1. Three wide for the lead up ahead now. And Denny Hamlin's going to back out of the gas. Ran a little higher line than Eric Jones there. Whew, side drafting off of him there, coming off of turn 4. Big run coming. Squeezing right in between them. 3 wide through turns 1 and 2 now. Hamlin on the top, Blaney in the middle, and Eric Jones on the bottom. Contact with Hamlin. Into the wall, into the side of the 20, and we're somehow going to keep the car straight going into turn 3. Boy, we got lucky there. Has some hard contact with the 12 and the 20 here as well. Oh, a little more contact off of turn 4. Now looking to the bottom. Big dive, not going to make it work there. Very tight, 3 wide for the lead. Through turns 1 and 2, the restarts with this package, man. You see it a lot. All the way down to the bottom again. 3 wide at the stripe. I believe Kyle Busch led the lap. Keselowski was second and we were third. They almost touched. That's going to allow us to clear Keselowski on the entrance to turns 1 and 2. And we're still side by side for the lead with Kyle Busch as we can't clear him off of turn 2. Busch is there. We'll try running more of a middle line. And we'll slide up in front of him that way. We're going to lead our first lap of the race at the line this time on lap 20 here at Kansas. Just over 60 to go in stage 1. And now we've got the clean air for the first time here tonight. Kyle Busch still in second on Keselowski, at least for right now. So even those 5 drivers that did pit under the first caution of the race, they cannot make it on field to the end of the stage. I believe they're going to be 2 to 3 laps short. So that's probably why you saw a lot of these guys stay out of the pits as well. On top of the fact that, yeah, we didn't have many laps on our tires. Already out to about a 4-second lead on these guys. Now I do remember in the full Xfinity Series race at Kansas, I seem to have the fastest car throughout. With us starting at the rear of the field, it does look like we got a faster long run car, but early in the run it's still hard to tell right now for about the first 10 to 15 laps. But we'll really get to see if we can get a restart with us towards the front of the field. Oh, a little brush off the wall through 3 and 4. We're good though. Still not quite halfway through the stage though. So as far as our tires go, well, we still got over half the wear left. Technically. Maybe we won't be able to go a full fuel run, but granted we did brush the wall twice though on this run, so we'll get the hang of that as the race goes on, of course. Got a little bit of damage to repair. Denny Hamlin back up to second again. Hamlin was the pole sitter for this race here today. The next Cup Series race will be the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. It should be a pretty good one. Longest race of the year, 600 miles in length. And instead of 3 stages, we will have 4, with it being the longest race of the year, as what NASCAR has done the last few years. So we are about to catch lap traffic for the first time here today, as we near lap 30. Looks like Michael McDowell is going to be the first lap car we're going to catch in the 34. Currently all 40 drivers are on the racetrack right now, and there is McDowell in the 40th position. We got a run on him. We'll get past Parker Kligerman as well pretty easily there off of turn 4. And we got somebody blowing up here through turns 1 and 2 rather. Austin Dillon gets really hung up there. We had to get on the brakes. They didn't throw the caution. Not sure why. And we'll see if he'll be able to make it back onto pit road, or we'll have to see if a caution's just going to end up coming out here before that driver can get onto pit road. Didn't see exactly who it was. And the main reason for me seeing, or not being able to see exactly who it was, because Austin Dillon was stuck behind him, and I was more worried about getting on the brakes trying to miss him. So hopefully we can see who that is soon. If they can't get back out on the racetrack, we'll be able to see under the caution who it was. White car of some sort. I want to say it was Ty Dillon, but I'm not entirely sure on that. See, Keselowski and Denny Hamlin are still there. But we do go to a crown jewel race, though, in the Coke 600 in the next one. So that should be a good race. .48 to go. Moving in deep into turn 1, barely clearing Paul Menard with the clean pass there. A little risky taking it on the inside. But we got the pass done. So the stages will be split like this. We'll have 80 laps in the first stage, another 80 in the second, and stage number 3 is going to be 107 laps, which will be the remaining laps in this race. So we'll be right on the border. Fuel-wise, we should make it on one stop in each of the stage, but that third stage is really going to depend on how well we can save our tires. So we only have to pit that one time. Obviously, we'll have to see how the cautions will play out too, but we already have one engine failure in this race. Driver's not been able to get back on the track, so we have 39 drivers on the racetrack right now still. It's kind of a ways to go yet. Weaving in and out of the lap traffic right now. Putting a decent amount of drivers one lap down currently. We try to go for a third win in a row. And it'll be interesting to see if this one will be in as dramatic a fashion as what the Dover race was yesterday, or even the Talladega race the day before. Class of the field so far in stage 1 though. Nearing the halfway mark here in stage number 1, so if we were going to try to split the stage in half, we could do that. But I'm just going to try to put as many drivers a lap down as possible here and run this thing about dry before we bring it on into pit road. We got too big of a lead right now and putting way too many cars a lap down early enough in the race. Want to keep this run going, this tire run going, as long as I can. The only caution came out on lap 12, and all the top 35 stayed out of the pits. So outside of the 5 drivers that started at the rear of the field on that restart, those are the only drivers that will have to hit pit road. Or, sorry, that would hit pit road later, perhaps, if they do decide to split the strategy, which I would assume they would do, because that would be the whole point, I feel like, of pitting that early in the race. Almost an 18-second lead on Keselowski already. Kansas is quickly turning into one of my better tracks, it seems like. I thought I was pretty good at Atlanta, and Atlanta was probably my best track, but I'm running so good at Kansas in all three series lately. I don't know. Really just mile and a halfs in general, seems like I've been getting better and better. Especially able to hold the outside line. A little bounce off the wall there. I didn't know if Stenhouse was going to pinch us off. That wore our right front tire down a little bit more. But it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get the full fuel run in here before we have to hit pit road. Again, thanks to everybody joining in here for this final stream of the day for this Cup Series race at Kansas Speedway. Dominating the early part of this race, started at the rear of the field. We got a quick caution on lap 12 that kind of helped bunch the field back up again. And I took the lead on lap 20. It probably would have taken me an extra 10 laps or so if we didn't get the yellow, if I had to assume. But that also allowed us to have a much bigger lead right now than what we would have had if we stayed green through this first stage. But that's going to help us out a little bit as long as we stay green to the end of the stage from this point on. And if a caution does come out, at least we're trapping a bunch of drivers one lap down right now. And we almost had a second caution soon after the first one. As soon as we hit lap traffic, we had a lot of drivers checking up because there was a slow car that was blowing an engine through turns 1 and 2. Caution never came out. Nobody hit him, thankfully. But we even had to get on the brakes pretty hard too, just to slow it up to make sure we weren't going to run in the back of anyone that was trying to avoid him. Huge clump of lap cars coming up ahead here this next lap. Run right up the middle here in between McMurray and Brenda Gaughan. Bubba Wallace, the other driver that started at the rear of the field because of a mechanical issue earlier in the week, he's running in 31st, and we're about to get into the top 10 as far as the cars put a lap down. Here's Harvick in 10th. So right front tire starting to get really worn out now. Eric Almirola, Clint Boyer. All three of those Stewart-Haas cars are right under a blanket. Now really tight there for a second, 3 wide off the exit of the corner. But we're doing a great job holding our line. This car is very stable for the most part, even with the tires as worn out as they are right now. We will be hitting pit road pretty soon. Got another kind of a pack of lap cars up ahead here, so we did make it a little past halfway in the stage, so we can evenly break this stage up with a one-stop race to the finish of stage 1, which I expected when we dropped the green flag to start the race too. So Truex is going to go lap down as we drove it in deep to get into turn 1 there. Try and put him a lap down. So really the next question is going to be, will it be a green flag pit stop, or will the pit stop end up coming under caution? Because again, we're getting close Kyle Busch is about to go a lap down in 6th right now. Eric Jones is up here too in the top 5. So is Joey Logano. A little tighter on the bottom of the track than we are on the top too. We're doing a good job. 3 drivers currently on the lead lap now as we pass Joey Logano. This is the 3rd race in a row where all Penske drivers look like we've got a shot at a top 5 finish. So that's nice to see, of course. So we keep a closer look at that right front tire. We'll take 4 fresh tires under the pit stop. No need to take 2 with as big of a lead as we have, plus don't want to risk that left front not being able to make it to the end of the stage. So it looks like we have some of the leaders about to hit pit road. Yep, Keselowski's going to try to short pit, so is Denny Hamlin. So they might gain a little bit of track position by pitting just that 1 lap early, but again, we're going to... Oh man, High Priest about ran right into us. Had to get the left side tires on the apron there through the tri-oval, but we're going to still run this out as long as we possibly can. Even though those guys did hit pit road, because now we have a lap on everybody. Ooh, a little brush off the wall through 3 and 4. $50 laps already complete in this race. Shouldn't be able to make it too many more laps. Logano was currently in 2nd. He hit pit road now too. Johnson in 7th. Looks like he's going to stay out at least 1 more lap as he was running the outside there. Passed him around the bottom. Should be able to stay out at least 1 more lap here. Definitely not going to pit this time. And Jimmy Johnson's now cycled into 2nd for the moment, but again, he's still got a pit. Not sure when he's coming. We're going to stay out, like I said, this time. So on fuel, we can make it about another 7 to 8 laps. We got 28 to go in the stage. This is really kind of testing the limit too to see how many laps we can run on this set of tires, running it as hard as we can. We'll stay out 1 more lap. So we'll have 26 laps to go when we come out of the pits. So we're all about to cycle through. Corey LaJoie is up to 2nd now. He was... Oh man, we're caught right behind Landon Castle as Newman had to zoom by on the inside. He'll pick up a spot there. We're going to hit pit road this time, so we're going to go to the bottom of the racetrack now through 3 and 4. And we'll get ready to bring it on. Just got to make sure we don't speed. We can lock the tires up if we need, because we're going to take 4 tires under this pit stop. So good job getting onto pit road there. Take a full tank of fuel, 4 fresh tires. We'll repair some damage. And so, first stop of the day is going to be a green flag stop, stage number 1. Cycle out as we had a 27-second lead on Keselowski, who was in 2nd before drivers started to hit pit road. And there were only 3 drivers on the lead lap at the time too, so... We'll see. 16.1 second pit stop, not bad. And out onto the track we go. Oh man, I thought we were going to lose the lead for a second. No, we were a lap ahead. And we'll have to see where we're going to cycle out at exactly. So off the pit road onto the racing surface here. It looks like Keselowski pitting a little bit early. We're still trying to get up to speed. So when we get to the start-finish line, we'll see. There are still 3 drivers on the lead lap. So everybody we had a lap down will remain a lap down. And Brad Keselowski right now has about a 27-second lead, it looks like. No, a little less. Yeah, the ticker's still trying to cycle back through. Now Kyle Busch trying to get his lap back. We have about 5 lap pressure tires on these guys. So through the cycling of pit stops, we only lost about a second of our lead. So we're able to block Kyle Busch off of turn 4. But Busch is going to battle as hard here to the end of the stage to try and get his lap back. Just in case the caution comes out, he can still have a shot to win the stage. He's doing a good job right now. He can get to the inside of us, but it doesn't look like he's able to actually make a move, and the caution will fly. So caution is out. With 211 left in the race and about a little over 20 laps left in the stage, we get our second caution of the race. And Kyle Busch will get the free pass, but Busch was so close to getting his lap back there. He'll get the free pass still, but it's unfortunate. So it looks like somebody is blowing up there going into turn 1. Can't tell who that is from back here. And Ty Dillon was the only driver out of the race at the moment. So top 4 on the lead lap. Eric Jones, Joey Logano, Martin Truex Jr., those guys will try to battle to the end of the stage to try to become the first driver 1 lap down. We'll lead the field to the green. Green flag is in the air. 20 laps to go in stage 1 here at Kansas. Got a good jump on the restart. Once again, we're using the steering wheel in this race, hence the clicking noises when I'm trying to get up through the gears. It's my paddle shifters. So going into turns 3 and 4 here, driving it in pretty deep for being on the outside. Again, we've got about 5 lap pressure tires than the rest of the leaders. So the caution in that sense is actually going to kind of help us a little bit. We are kind of pulling them right now. 5 lap pressure tires might not seem like that much of a difference, but you can tell with us having the clean air and just those 5 lap pressure tires, we're able to kind of stay in front of these guys quite a bit. Hamlin's still in second. Or I should say Hamlin is overtaking Keselowski for second. And Joey Logano trying to battle up past them all. He's in the free pass position in 5th right now. Oh man, a little brush off the wall through 3 and 4. That'll cost us a little bit of time. Didn't look like it hurt the car damage-wise too much. Joshua, what wheel do I use? I'm not exactly sure what wheel this is. I know it's a standard PlayStation wheel. I got it on Amazon. I want to say I got it right around the same time I had bought NASCAR Heat 3. I've been using a wheel ever since. I'll alternate to the controller from time to time, but I try to use the wheel more often than not. I bought it, I want to say I bought it for like anywhere between $70 to $90 on Amazon. It was new at the time. I don't think it was used. So I honestly have no clue what make. I honestly cannot remember. I might have the receipt laying around somewhere. If I find out, I'll tell you. But yeah, currently off the top of my head, I can't think of exactly what it is. Doing a good job maintaining our spot here on the racetrack. Keselowski's moved back into second now, and he's about 2 seconds behind us for the race lead. Kyle Busch still in 4th, of course. Restarted at the rear of the field, and he's about 6.5 seconds off the lead. So it does look like we're going to lead the most laps through the opening stage of the race, regardless if we win it or not, or what happens from here on out. Ooh, a little brush off the wall again. For the most part, we're pretty stable. Those mistakes are definitely on my behalf, not so much the car. Again, we're doing a pretty good job. Dang it. Messed up the exit of turn 2 laps in a row now. Looked to be okay though. Ten laps to go. As far as domination goes over the course of the early going of this race, it's kind of reminding me of the Fontana race, where it seems like it's going to be close on cautions when we're on equal tires for about the first 10 laps or so. But then after that 10 lap run, we just check out on everybody. So honestly, as long as we don't get a late caution in the race, I think we should have this one. And as long as we don't speed coming onto pit road or anything like that, I mean, it's our race to lose, I feel like, over the course of this one. It's what it's looking like it's going to be. Remember at Dover, we had 3 cautions in the last 30 laps of the race that almost cost us the win there. Another track, we were good on the long runs. It was a little bit longer of a run, though. It took us closer to 30 to 40 laps before we had the fastest car on the track, rather than about 10. But Dover is a lot different, though. It's 1 mile. Kind of races more like a short track. Didn't roll all the way out of the throttle that time, going through 3 and 4. Just kind of trying some new things here at the end of the stage. We should catch lab traffic if we stay green here at some point in time. At the stage break, you can count on me taking 4 fresh Goodyears. Without a doubt. That's a huge amount of lap cars up ahead of us as well here. We should catch them probably going into turn 3 if I had to guess. We've got a big closing rate on them right now. Already out to almost a 10-second lead on Brad Keselowski. Good chance we can get the 2 of the 3 Penske cars running 1-2 in this race. And it's the same 2. in the same order of how we finished the Dover race. Oh, a little brush off the wall coming out of 4. That'll slow us down a little bit. Got 4 laps to go. Big run, oh, a little contact with Matt Tipton, the 36. Tried to squeeze in between him and Michael McDowell there, and that almost costed us. So we are going to have 4 drivers finish on the lead lap by the end of the stage here, no matter what. So it's just a matter of who's going to finish in 5th to get the free pass in the next 2.5 laps or so. Two laps to go at the line. If a caution does come out now, we will still get to the end of the stage under yellow, so I pretty much locked in the first stage. So we'll add another playoff point onto the season total. We'll add another 10 points towards the regular season onto our total as well. Moving forward, trying to expand the regular season point standings lead. A couple of interesting races looming forward in the next few races. White flag in the air, 1 to go. Oh boy, man, Daniel Hemrick just about pulled up in front of us there. That was a close one. Turns 3 and 4 for the final time in stage 1. The first 80 laps are going to be in the books. 2 cautions total. 4 drivers are going to finish on the lead lap here as we win the opening stage at Kansas. Isn't the Coke 600 up next? Yep. Coca-Cola 600 is my next Cup Series race. I will be attempting that one with the steering wheel as well, and that should be coming up for you on Thursday. Should be able to stream. I'm not sure exactly what time yet. I definitely can't squeeze it in Monday and Tuesday. So it'll be a few days off here with the Cup Series. I'll hopefully get a couple streams going Monday and Tuesday with career mode episodes, but with work and how busy I'll be over the next few days, it'll be kind of tough. But definitely plan on probably Thursday for the Coke 600. But I'll have a schedule coming out here pretty soon as far as what the streaming schedule will look like for this next week, Monday through Sunday, as usual. So here we go, green flag back in the air at Kansas. Brad Keselowski wins the race off of pit road that time, so that's pretty interesting. So we lost a spot on pit road, despite everybody taking 4 fresh tires, and it might have been the damage I had to repair. Could have been the difference maker there. So Keselowski's going to clear us up off of turn number 2 pretty easily that time, and tried not to back all the way out of the gas there. Brad Keselowski going to lead the opening lap of stage 2 as we almost came together there at Jones. 20 car trying to side draft us up off of turn 4. It's going to allow him to probably pull on past us. These guys look like they got a little bit quicker here. Under that caution, might have had some adjustments going. Track could be changing with the end of the stage approaching. Maybe we're not going to be as good in the nighttime. Had a little bit of contact with Truex there. That shoved us straight back up the racetrack. Had to get out of the gas. And that'll drop us back to 4th now with a lot of lap cars in between us. Logano did get the free pass after finishing 5th in the last stage, so he restarted at the rear of the field. Keselowski still got the clean air out in front. Pinned on the inside of Clint Boyer. Could not get around him that time. Had a little bit better run off the top. We're going to go down to the apron, trying to shorten the tri-oval up this time. And here comes Almirola. Could not clear up in front of him. And Eric Almirola trying to squeeze by. Stage 2 starting off a lot differently. At least with all those drivers that were a lap down during stage 1, we're only back in the 4th position, but got a little bit of work to do to try and get back up here. Cleared Almirola, but here comes Alex Bowman out of the outside of us. Bowman finished second in this Kansas race last season. And now Almirola going to give us a push. Got us a little tight. We had to get out of the gas now, and here's Almirola with the push again now down the backstretch. That's going to help us with a big run through 3 and 4 to try and get to Bowman. So we look to his inside. Can't quite get there yet. We'll move to the top side of the track. Problem is, Bowman is right there in front of us, so that's going to hold us up a little bit. We'll look to his inside off the exit of the corner, but could not get there. Trying to run just that much higher of a line than Bowman, and that might help us. It's kind of blocking us off. We can't really get the run to get around him. We're going to have to keep trying the bottom of the track. But now he comes off the top and runs the middle, and that's going to kind of squeeze us down to where we're not going to be able to get alongside of him. Alex Bowman putting up a fight. Speaking of a fight, side by side for the lead up ahead between Denny Hamlin and Brad Keselowski. So we go all the way back down to the apron once more. Trying to see if we can clear the 88 of Bowman. Not quite. Could not clear him getting into 1. Down to the bottom of the track again. And this time we'll be able to clear Alex Bowman with ease. Again, not for position. Bowman was a lap down. But we got around a guy that was pretty tough to pass, so that's pretty rewarding. As Denny Hamlin is taking the race lead away from Brad Keselowski now, but Keselowski trailing right on his back bumper. He's still there. Kyle Busch currently 3rd in the race and 3rd on the track up ahead. Trying to run down those 2 leaders as they try to battle with each other. Hopefully we can join the mix sooner rather than later as well. Run to the inside on Clint Boyer through 3 and 4. Slide job. We're going to clear him up out of turn 4. So it's taken a lot longer than 10 laps to become the fastest car on the track and take the lead like originally expected. These guys up ahead might be that much better on the shorter run or just overall compared to what they were in stage 1. Oh man, Keselowski tried to slide job Hamlin right back to 3 and 4. They almost came together. They're still side by side. They might have touched there going into turn 1 as they battle for the lead. Kyle Busch trying to run the top side as well. Carry every bit of straightaway speed he can to maybe catch up to those 2. .66 to go in stage number 2. So if we run green all the way through the second stage, we might have a little bit different strategy as far as how everybody will pit versus what it looked like back in stage 1. We had a couple cautions. Probably won't be able to run quite as long laps wise. We are catching up to Kyle Busch as well as the 2 lap cars ahead of us of Martin Truex Jr. and Eric Jones. All 4 Joe Gibbs Racing Toyotas are inside the top 7. And the other 3 drivers are all the Gibbs or sorry, all the Penske cars. So nothing but Penske and Joe Gibbs Racing in the top 7 right now. And then they got 3 Stewart-Haas cars that were running before the end of the stage in 8th, 9th, and 10th. Got a little tight there. Couldn't quite clear the 19 to Truex. Might have made a little bit of contact in the process as well, and now we're stuck on the inside again. Big run, big dive through 3 and 4. That time we cleared Truex off the exit of the corner. And as Hamlin still leads on Keselowski, we're trying to catch Kyle Busch for 3rd. Busch goes to the inside now through turns 3 and 4. That's going to give us a lot of straightaway speed coming out of turn 4 down the front stretch. Look at us just zoom by Kyle Busch almost without a fight and just pulling him now all the way down going into turn 1. Busch is going to run the bottom again, but he's not going to be able to get anywhere near us for a crossover. Now Keselowski will clear Hamlin off of turn 2, and Brad K is back in the lead again at Kansas. We're closing in on him though. We're less than a second off the race lead. Hamlin going to run the top now through turns 3 and 4. He might have a shot to maybe sling past the 2 of Keselowski. No, not quite yet. He might try the outside again through 1 and 2. And he does. So will we. Got a big run on Denny Hamlin. Oh, stuffed it in the wall. Man, we got really tight closing up right behind him. Now we're going to lose a little bit of ground as the leaders are about to catch lap traffic. And a lot of them, look at that, there's like a pack of 4 cars a couple seconds ahead. Big run off of turn 4 to the inside of Hamlin for 2nd. That might turn into a battle for the lead, using Brendan Gaughan as a pit going into turn 1. Ryan Blaney looking for the lead here at Kansas. And with ease going to clear everybody off of turn 2. That fight didn't last long. At least yet. We still got a lot of lap traffic just ahead of us. Hopefully we can get by these guys pretty quick. Penske's still running 1-2 on the racetrack. Blaney in the lead, Keselowski 2nd. And we'll see how big of a lead we can get out to this time before we have green flag stops. Last time it was about 27 seconds, and then we lost a second during the cycling of pit stops. But this time, as you can see, we're already about halfway through our run and we only have about a 3-second lead. But once we took the lead, we're pulling away pretty quickly. We'll alternate through the cameras here for the first time today. We continue to try and run the outside. Doing a great job doing so here. They're pretty close to the wall through 1 and 2. You can see how tight it gets. In all reality, even with the lap cars off the exit of the corner, trying to use the racetrack after running the bottom to perfectly hit their apex, as we just stay hooked to the top and sling on past them. Kyle Busch has now worked his way up to second place once again. And now we have a caution. So caution's going to fly for the third time today. With 162 to go. So we're just over 100 laps into this race already. Kind of flying by here. At least it feels like it to me. And we'll hit pit road along with the rest of these guys. Martin Truex Jr. will get the free pass in 6th. So he'll be back on the lead lap. And this time the pit stops are going to be under caution. Hopefully we don't lose a spot this time. We'll see. And a lot of guys stayed out to take the wave around. Boyer, Eric Jones. Of all the guys to round out the top 10 there. So at least a few guys took the wave around instead of pitting that time to get their lap back, but now they got to hold on for the final 51 laps of this stage just to make it. And we get a little tight through 1 and 2. That'll allow Keselowski to peak to the bottom, but now he gets out of the gas as we throw the block. Now going into turns 3 and 4. Keselowski on the top, Logano on the bottom, Penske 1, 2, 3 with Kyle Busch peaking in the middle, thinks better of it, tucks himself in line behind Logano on the bottom. Oh, kind of washed up the track just a little bit. For the most part, still hit our marks though. And with the clean air, we're fine. See, the last restart we had, we were on the outside and restarted in 2nd. I think that hurt us just enough. And now we're 3 wide for the lead. And all of us are Penske drivers. And nobody could clear one another off the exit of the corner. But now going through the tri-oval, Logano's going to clear both me and Keselowski. Look at Hamlin following right up through the field. And Busch. But meanwhile, me and Keselowski are still side by side for position. Now Brad will slide up in front of us. He moves to the top. We look to go to the bottom, but we just could not grip the car down there. Trying to stay in his draft here. To go back down to the inside once again. Side by side, but this time we're looking to the inside for 5th going into turn 1. Driving it in deep on the 2. Trying to get it to stick. So we wash back up the track. It's not going to. That's going to allow those guys on the top side to kind of pull away a little bit down the back stretch. And we'll move back to the top side. And now we brush the wall. Through turns 3 and 4, and that'll cough up a little bit more time. Really close to the wall through turns 3 and 4 that time. Closer you can get to the wall without touching it, the faster of a line you'll have as far as straightaway speed goes, top end. It's obviously a lot more risky the closer you get though. Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch side by side for the lead going into 3 now. Try to reel in Keselowski and Logano once again. Down the apron, trying to gain a little bit more time. Been a pretty good battle to this point in the race. Hamlin and Kyle Busch have been going back and forth for the lead quite a bit. Kyle Busch is now currently leading the race, with Hamlin trying to look on him now. We're kind of closing back in on Keselowski for 4th. I think he's faster than Logano. Logano might be holding him up on the outside here. big run on the outside. Here we come to the inside of Brad Keselowski. A ton of straightaway speed now. Now to the inside of Logano for third. Taking the dive. Taking the risk. Can't clear him. He's still there. And we got to stay hooked to the bottom of the racetrack. That didn't work out because now here comes the two of Keselowski as well, as we have a three-car battle for third. Back to the inside again. We're kind of stuck there with Keselowski on the top. Can't clear him yet. I don't see him in the rear view. Spotter's still saying he's there. We just got to trust the spotter. Yeah, he was there. I saw him peek in at the last second. We're holding the inside pretty well for ourselves. Man, Logano's there too. We can't quite accelerate the way I want to with Joey running the bottom. Kind of protected both positions as we close in on the lap traffic up ahead. Now we drove way too deep going into turn 3. Got the left side tires on the apron. We wash up the track. Keselowski will hold on to fourth. Top 5 all within about 2 seconds of each other. We've been forced to have to run the bottom because of the top side being clogged up by Keselowski and or Logano corner after corner. Oh boy, a little loose getting into turn 3 there. I didn't know what lane Keselowski was going to take. He goes to the inside of Logano now. 3 wide with the lap cars off the exit of the corner. And we're going to squeeze by Joey Logano in the process. 40 to go in stage number 2 as we try to sweep the stages here at Kansas. Gonna have a lot of speed on Keselowski now. Caught the lap car in a bad spot. Here we come, down to the inside. Looking on him. Back down to the bottom through 3 and 4. Can we clear the 2? We're almost there, not quite. Now we'll side draft off the right rear. Trying to stay alongside. Down the track he comes. Can we get him into 1 and 2 now? Driving it in deep. Perfect corner on the inside of the track. Nice slide job. Blaney up to third. Keselowski in fourth. And we're closing in on the 18 and the 11. Back to the inside again. Lap car, McMurray there. Me and Busch split him. Now looking for second off of turn 4. What a pass by Blaney. We're up to second. They quickly trying to close in on Hamlin for the race lead. Hamlin to the bottom. That's going to give us an advantage on the top. Look at the run we've got coming out of turn 2. Down the backstretch. Huge run to the inside. Menard's going to get in the way now. Hamlin can't get under him quite in time. Now he does. Now we still got DiBenedetto and LaJoie. As we go to the outside, Hamlin just trying to follow us to get on by the lap cars for now. With 37 laps to go, we have taken the lead again in stage 2 here at Kansas. And now we try to pull away. Currently 6 drivers on the, well, no, never mind, more than 6 because we had a bunch of guys take the wave around. So not sure exactly how many drivers are on the lead lap, because I don't know exactly how many took the wave on. We could guesstimate, well, there's Buescher in 19th, so at least 19th on back is at least 1 lap down. But again, still not quite sure on everybody else what their situation is. I'm doing good though. Quickly out to about a 2-second lead on Keselowski, and even Brad's about a 1.5 seconds ahead of Kyle Busch right now, who's back in third. Not really pulling away from these guys like we were in stage one. It seems like the more pit stops we go through, the faster the lead pack or the lead cars get. The longer they can hold on a longer run. And we'll see in stage 3 how many laps it'll take before we'll become the fastest driver on the track over the course of a green flag run. It seems to me like it's taking a little bit longer each time, because recently we've been catching lap traffic before we've been able to even catch the leaders, where before that wasn't the case. So Bowman and Almirola were definitely on the lead lap. They'll go a lap down now. Now we just got to make sure the right front tires are going to make it to the end of the stage. We burned them out quite a bit trying to catch those guys. At the line, we have 31 laps to go. We're 8 laps to the good on fuel. So that's not an issue, but the right front tire might be an issue. Because the way we're running right now, we might not be able to make it to the end of the stage. Just got to keep running the way we are, but try to stay on the outside as much as possible. Now, we were running the inside quite a bit, trying to make some passes that weren't working, and then we were stuck on the inside, and that was burning a lot of our tires because we really have to crank the car to keep it on the inside of the track just because of how tight we are down there versus on the top side of the racetrack. And now Boyer's going to go a lap down in 8th. So 7 drivers are on the lead lap. Boyer is the first driver 1 lap down. And I see Truex up ahead over here, so Truex is probably the next driver on the lead lap. Man, David Reagan, way slow compared to us. Looks like Eric Jones is up here as well in 6th. They're battling each other for what could be the free pass position here very shortly. Bubba Wallace getting in the way of Truex now, so we're going to easily put him a lap down. Try to get to the outside on Eric Jones pretty quickly. Cody Ware left just enough of a lane on the top side. We're going to clear Jones off of 4, so 5 drivers back on the lead lap again. And the ones that we just put a lap down were everybody that took the wave around, so that did not work out for them. Hopefully they don't fall 2 laps down, or that plan's really going to foil. Busch, Keselowski, about even for 2nd place right now, and they're about 2.5 to 3 seconds ahead of Denny Hamlin. And Logano's in 5th place, about another 2nd behind Denny. Well past halfway in this race already. Well, I shouldn't say well past halfway, but we are making good ground here. How close to the wall we got that time. We're 1 and 2. We're letting it hang out. We're definitely getting a lot better running the top side of the track over the course of the race. It seems like we're not hitting the wall as much as what we were back at stage 1. Now, we weren't really hitting the wall hard. It was just a little scrape here and there. Thankfully enough, we weren't really like pounding it. So we've had pretty good car control. Good hand-eye coordination just to keep the car on the top side of the track without really losing control. But if we do have to pit before the end of the stage, you wonder if we can still come out with the race lead. At this rate, with this lead, probably not. And if we do have to pit because of that right front tire, it should be late enough in the stage. We'll probably take 2 right sides only to try and get back on the track. And for 1, stay on the lead lap. And for 2, if we are on the lead lap, hopefully with a 2-tire stop, we might be able to hold on to the lead. It just depends on how big of a lead we have by the time we hit pit road. We're going to stay out. We're going to run it as long as we can here and try to push the car to its absolute limit before we have to bring it onto pit road. Pit road closes with 2 laps to go in the stage, so as long as we make our mind up before then, but we should know by then how close it's actually going to be. Barely kept it off the wall, off of Ford there. So Denny Hamlin's the last driver on the lead lap in 5th. He's 20 seconds off the lead, so we still got roughly about another 10 seconds of track time before we even catch Denny Hamlin. And we got about a half track lead on Kyle Busch, who's in 2nd. So he's about 15.5 seconds back. Definitely got the potential to lead the most laps in the race by the end of the race today. I'm wondering how many we're going to lead. To be exact, I know we've led quite a bit. It's hard for me to tell exactly how many we've led to this point. Again, that's despite starting at the rear of the field. That quick caution early in the race definitely helped. $20 to go in stage 2 now. We get way out of the gas there. Suarez is trying to get to the inside of a lap car as I was trying to get underneath Suarez. Had to make sure I was going to be able to turn that low coming off the exit of the corner. So we got some drivers hitting pit road right now, and it's likely everybody that stayed out of the pits under that caution here in stage 2. Everybody that took the wave around is now hitting pit road, so they're definitely going to fall multiple laps down if we cycle through those guys. So that strategy did not work out at all for them. Was it worth the risk that early in the race? Can't really tell. I don't fault them for trying something different. Honestly, if I was in the same situation they were, I probably would have taken the wave around too. So we now got about a 20.5 second lead on Kyle Busch. Denny Hamlin not too far ahead of us. So you see more drivers are ducking off of turn 4 onto pit road again. There's Eric Jones. So those guys are probably going to have 4 fresh tires now on the race car. So there is a chance, there's a very good chance that they're going to probably blow past us if they catch us. Because yeah, we're going to have about 30 lap older tires than them. Right front at 27% right now. At the line we've got 15 laps to go. So that's our scenario right here. It's going to be close. I think the more laps we run, it does seem like we should be able to make it, but I don't know. And obviously, if you remember right, back at stage 1 when we took the green flag stops, they all pitted about 5 laps before me, so who's to say that maybe they can't make it with their tires to the end of the stage also. Because we had about a 27-second lead then, we have about a 24.5-second lead right now. Lap traffic's probably been a lot more of an issue than what it was earlier too. So Hamlin's already gone a lap down. Joey Logano is now just in front of us in 4th. He's about to go a lap down again. So that will, for the second time today, leave 3 drivers on the lead lap currently as we run. Kyle Busch and Brad Keselowski. Where last time, it was Denny Hamlin and Brad Keselowski. To go. So right front's getting pretty worn out. It's down to 20% tire wear. So in 4 laps, it went down about 7%. Hey, Edward, how's it going? It's going pretty good. Thanks for joining for the race. More like a little past the halfway point in the race, but hey, better late than never. Got an interesting strategy here to the end of stage 2. And now Keselowski's going to go a lap down. So Kyle Busch is the last driver on the lead lap. But again, we might have to hit pit road before the end of the stage. We've got 18% left on the right front tire. That's how much wear we have left in this one. Stay at home. Yeah, I don't blame you for that one. That's all I've done today. You're looking here. This is going to be close. It looks like we're going to put Kyle Busch a lap down off of 4. That got tight. 3 wide. I think Buescher might have fresher tires. So we didn't get by him as quickly as I anticipated we were going to. Actually, it looks like he's pulling Kyle Busch a little bit too. Oh, almost got in the side of the 52. That got tight as well. In between Cody Ware and Michael McDowell. We make one little lick of contact. That right front tire, that wear is going to go down quick. 8 laps to go as we try to make it to the end of the stage. We got a 1 lap lead. If we can make it and trap everybody a lap down at the end of the stage, that would be huge, but I just don't know if that right front's going to make it. It's going to be close. We're trying to save them as much as we can here. Plus, with pitting, are we even going to be able to make it back out as the race leader? Or is Kyle Busch, per se, going to win the stage because he's currently in 2nd with 7 to go? Assuming the leaders can make it as well, because they're on the same strategy I am, a little bump off the wall through 3 and 4, or 1 and 2 rather. And that's going to hurt us. We went down 2% after hitting the wall there. Tyler Reddick in the top 10. Oh, in 10th, he pulls down right in front of us. Contact was made. Caution. Well, I kind of needed that, I guess. I mean, that makes the decision a little easier, but 4th caution of the race with 113 to go. That's going to be interesting here. So we're going to obviously pit. 4 fresh tires. Full tank of fuel here. And that will make things really interesting here to the end of this stage. Oh, we'll see here. Green flag going to be in the air. Kyle Busch got the free pass. He's back on the lead lap, but at the rear of the field, and everybody else going to try to get their lap back. 3 laps to go on the stage. It looks like we're going to win stage 2, but how many drivers will be able to try to muscle their way past us on this restart to get on the lead lap to start the final stage? So despite having all those guys trapped a lap down, we got to try to hopefully keep them a lap down, but it's going to be tough. So we're going to pull out our best blocking maneuver here. Oh, whoa, we messed up turn 3. Really tight, drove it in too deep. Bottom is open. Nobody's going to take the advantage, at least not yet. They're 3 wide behind us with 2 laps to go at the line. Oh boy. 3 wide in the middle between Suarez and Logano. Going into turn 1. In the middle. Logano is fighting to get on the lead lap. Suarez almost blocked him off. Back to the top side. That's where we're going to run right here. Keselowski going to try to sneak under us now. Big run for us off of turn number 4 this time. Suarez pulls up in front, clears us. We made contact. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go in stage number 2, and Keselowski will get on by now. And here comes Hamlin. All those drivers trying to get on the lead lap to the end of the stage. Suarez holding up Keselowski big time. We've got a run on both of them going into turn 3, down to the bottom. Trying to trap him a lap down. Contact with Suarez in the middle of the corner as we're already 3 wide. Getting pinched. Logano hangs on. Keselowski hangs on, and Hamlin will have to get the free pass at the end of stage number 2. As we win stage 2, just like we won stage 1 here in this one. So Logano's gonna pit. We'll stay in the. We'll stay out. I mean, it's not gonna make much of a difference, I don't think. Yeah, we'll just stay out for right now. So Logano will be on fresher tires, but he's only got 3-lap fresher tires on the rest of the field. Kyle Busch, everybody else restarting up towards the front. Here we go. Green flag in the air at Kansas. 3rd and final stage underway. We won the first 2 stages. Can we win the race now as we have 104 to go? Rolling down on into turn number 1. With the race lead, Keselowski blowing past Kyle Busch on the restart. He's able to quickly get to 2nd. Logano back in 3rd. We go back to the bottom through 3 and 4. Can't block off the 2 yet. And here comes Keselowski for the lead. Off of turn 4, he's got it. Just as we're getting back up to speed, Brad Keselowski takes the lead at Kansas. He won this race in real life last year. Trying to do it now here on NASCAR Heat 4 on our season. Logano has now pulled alongside the 18 of Busch. They're side drafting one another back behind us. Logano now goes for the position on the bottom of the track through 3 and 4. He clears them. Penske 1, 2, 3 at the line. Just over 100 laps left. Keselowski gives us the top through 1 and 2. Logano tries to go to the bottom, and he comes alongside of us, trying to side draft us down the backstretch now. Joey Logano, man on a mission. Can he clear us through 3 and 4? It doesn't look like it. We're still side by side for second, but we bounced it off the wall, and that is just enough for Logano to take the spot. Man, we would have stayed side by side if I didn't mess that corner up. Here comes Kyle Busch now for third. Trying to capitalize on that lost momentum we had from a corner ago. Logano, Keselowski. Bumper to bumper. Coming off of turn 4. Will Logano be able to make the move as we try to propel past Busch? But here comes Kyle Busch on the bottom. Contact. They try to squeeze one another. Going into turn 3. Not going to happen. Kyle Busch will take third. And now Logano to the inside of Keselowski. Off of 2. Side by side for the lead down the backstretch. They try to pin one another. Going into 3. Logano all the way to the bottom. Keselowski all the way up near the wall on the top. Coming off of turn number 4. We get back to the inside of Busch. Logano takes the lead at the line. We clear Busch for third. And now here we come. With the run through turns 1 and 2 on the top side, right behind Brad Keselowski. Big run coming, looking to the inside, but we're not going to make the run yet. Keselowski's still there. So we try to give him a bump draft, get him going. Gave him a nice little push off the exit of the corner. Helping the teammate out. Penske once again, 1, 2, 3, 98 to go. Now through turns 1 and 2. Oh, a little contact. That stuffed us into the wall. And now here comes Kyle Busch. Trying to bump draft us, get us going into 3. And 97 laps to go. Penske still 1, 2, 3. 3 drivers out of the race so far. Ty Dillon going to finish dead last and 40th, but outside of that, I'm not sure who the other 2 cars are off the top of my head. If we get another caution, we'll have to check. Maybe we run the 3rd stage under green. Who knows? We've had 4 cautions total here today. Remember, Logano on 3 lap pressure tires. And the rest of the field. Man, we got close to that wall again. Now Logano and Keselowski give me the top side. That's going to give us a ton of speed off the exit of 4. To the inside of Brad Keselowski now for second. That is a huge run, and we're going to be able to clear the 2 for second place going into turn 3. Turn 1. My bad. Logano. On the outside. Blaney on the inside. Side draft. Dive bomb. Going into 3 and 4. We're going to clear Logano for the lead. Joey. Going to try the crossover, but he's blocked off. Blaney to the lead again. At the line, it's a lead change. Blaney leads 94 laps to go, but here comes Logano. Will he try the bottom through 3 and 4? Yes, he will. But he's not going to have enough of a run to get alongside of us. And with us running the top, we're going to pull away down the backstretch now. I don't think that that's it. I think we're going to get another caution at least at some point in time between now and the end of the race. And as well, us pitting 3 laps before the end of the stage. And Logano pitting after, he's going to have 3 lap longer of a run than what the rest of us are going to have. So we're on the border of it being either a 1 or a 2 stop race to the finish. Logano is probably going to be a lot closer to a 1 stop race than what we are. Ooh, a little bounce off the wall off of 4. That didn't help either, but if that's going to be the difference maker in this race, Logano might end up winning. It's the only reason I thought about pitting. Literally the only reason, because I didn't think 3 laps was going to be enough track position wise that Logano was going to be able to hold on much longer, and he didn't. He only led a couple laps before we were able to get on by for the race lead. Oh, a little brush again off of turn 4. Definitely got a good run going though. So far so good. Closing in on 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here in this one as we started this race. Right around 4:20, 4:25 start time. So we're just over an hour and a half into this race. And now we just brushed the wall again through 3 and 4. A little more damage on the right side of that car than what I want. Kind of missing our line slightly like we were consecutive laps back at stage 1 earlier. Fatigue may be starting to settle in. In the wall again. Not really able to pull away from Logano like I want to because of it. Thinking about short pitting here, honestly. Now that we're in lap traffic, I'm thinking about short pitting because, oh boy, almost hit the wall off of 4. Got really tight again. I think the handling of the car might be starting to go. I don't think it's fatigue. I think once we hit the wall once, just enough right side damage on the right side of our race car that might be wanting to pull us closer to the wall. We're going to bring it onto pit road here. Not now. We'll try to give it a couple more laps. So with short pitting, we're already committing it's going to be a 2-stop race to the finish for us, rather than just a 1-stop race to the finish. Caution. Well, so much for that. So much for thinking about short pitting there. We're going to pit under the yellow with everybody else. Daniel Suarez will get the free pass in 6th. He'll be back on the lead lap. So we'll have 6 drivers on the lead lap. So caution comes out with 86 laps to go. Got some guys taking the wave around. Looks like Truex and Almirola going to take the wave around. Everybody else looks like they're pitting. Repair that little bit of damage we've gotten on the right side of the car, and we'll see what we've got towards the end of this one. Keselowski wins the race off of pit road, and last time he did that, he was able to pull out to a pretty big lead compared to us. So here we go, green flag in the air, restarting in 2nd, and here we go. Trying to side draft the 2, Keselowski. Pulling him back little by little, pinching him down the track, going into turn number 1, contact. Now he gets shoved up the track. That was the product of hard racing at that point. Keselowski's got the lead off of 2. Logano and I side by side for 2nd now, back through the field. Stick to the outside going into turns 3 and 4. Logano trying to get to the inside of Keselowski. They're side by side for the lead, and we're side by side for third now with Hamlin behind him. Keselowski leads at the line, still 81 to go. Everybody has to pit one more time before the end of the race. When will that be? Keselowski going down the track, maybe trying to pinch the 22 of Logano. We're going to barely block off the 18 there. I saw him coming at the last second. Now going into turns 1 and 2. Big run to the back of Denny Hamlin. And Busch going to be able to make the pass on us. Nope, can't complete it. We're still side by side for fourth. Top 5, all within a half second of each other for the race lead. And Keselowski and Logano have been side by side for the lead for some time. And now we go 3 wide down to the bottom of the racetrack on Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin. Gonna get a little tight. Awkward angle going into turn 1. Top. And he's in third all alone while me and Busch battle it out for fourth. Down to the bottom of the track we go again. It's too tight to hold our line down there. Logano leads, Keselowski second, Hamlin third, Kyle Busch in fourth, Blaney fifth, Daniel Suarez sixth, Truex 2 laps down in seventh. Penske 1-2, Gibbs 3-4. Another Penske driver in fifth. Got close to the wall through 3 and 4 there. Trying to use every ounce of that racetrack I can. Every square inch. Logano, I can't tell if he's just holding everybody up or what the case is. I think we're still early enough in the run. You're really seeing a product of this 2019, now stretched into 2020 rules package on these 1.5-mile tracks and longer. Hamlin, Keselowski side by side right now. Busch almost made it 3 wide for second rather. Now he's looking to the inside again, but Hamlin keeps blocking him off. But us running the top side and everybody else running anywhere between the middle to the bottom of the racetrack, that's allowing us to kind of catch them again. Because we did lose them for a couple laps. But here we go. Keselowski now moves to the top side. All the way near the wall. 3 wide for third as we got a big run. Huge run after running the top side. Not only 3 wide for third, but 3 wide for the lead going into turn 1. Hamlin in the middle. Trying to side draft. Pinching him off contact. They living it sideways. Here comes the 22 back up the middle. He's got nowhere to go. We're pinched on the bottom ourselves. And Keselowski's still able to hold on to the lead. We're all clear of Hamlin, up off of 4. Hamlin goes from second to fourth in 1 lap. Diving to the inside of Logano through 1 and 2 will make the pass. Busch trying to follow us for the position. Tight up the racetrack. Busch able to hold on to it. He's to the inside as we side draft one another for second. Keselowski trying to pull away now. What a race. Aggressive side draft and aggressive battle for second between Busch and Blaney. So we still try to close on the 2. He's running the bottom of the track. If we can just get away from the 18, I think we'll be fine. Still side by side for second. Logano and Hamlin have slipped back just a little bit into 3 and 4. Again, Keselowski gives us the top. We didn't roll all the way out of the throttle that time, kind of burped it, and here we go, side by side for the lead to the line. Blaney leads the lap by inches. And they're still side by side into 1. Keselowski not going to be able to hold us clear, and we're still side by side down the back. Will he have a shot back to the inside again through 3 and 4? I would imagine he will. Man, we're both driving hard right now. Clear at the line. Blaney clears Keselowski, 71 laps to go. What a battle for the lead between these 5. And we're not done yet. Here comes Brad again through 1 and 2. He's not giving up. Can't quite get to our bumper that time. No sign of a side draft, and now we are really going to pull him into 3. And now he runs the top side of the track. Pulls up behind us. Keselowski's good on the top. It looks like he's hanging with us up there. When he's on the bottom, he's losing ground. We ran a little bit higher than him that time through 1 and 2. Edward, what a race indeed. Probably the best battle for the lead we've seen all day long, coming middle ground of stage 3 with less than 70 to go now. And everybody still has to pit one more time before the finish of the race. At least. Run about 62 laps on a full tank of fuel, but we've seen multiple times that we've had to pit for tires about 5 laps or so before the end of your fuel run. Not just with us, but it seems like that with everybody. So to be safe, probably got to run anywhere between 50 to 55 laps. So we'll just have to see. Finally starting to pull away. Keselowski still in 2nd. Kyle Busch in 3rd. Hamlin Logano still battling back there for 4th, about 2.5 seconds off. And lap traffic will be looming in another lap or so. 4 drivers have now DNF'd in the race, and we've had 5 cautions total. We'll alternate through the cameras for one final time here today. So we are finally starting to pull away from those guys behind us, at least for now. This will be the 2nd race in a row in which we would have a finishing order of Blaney, Keselowski, and Busch if we finish the way we are running right now. Oh man, heavy lap traffic, nowhere to go. Caution. Well, so much for that. Caution's gonna come with 65 to go. That will put us right at the edge of the fuel window. So this race was good as it is, and now it's gonna turn into a fuel mileage race to the end if we don't get another caution. And Truex and Almirola that took the wave around last time, it works out. They get the quick yellow. Truex will get back on the lead lap. Unfortunately for Almirola, he is still 1 lap down, but he's going to hit pit road also. And, oh man, it still looks like we're going to be a couple laps short on fuel to the end of the race. We're going to win the race off of pit road. And here we go. The green flag is in the air here at Kansas. We'll see what's going to happen. 62 laps, so we are actually about 2 laps short of fuel. We cannot make it with a caution. We'd be close. So we still likely will have to pit one more time before the end of the race, as we have the lead, clearing the 2 who has fallen back a couple spots on the restart. And now here comes the 22 and the 11 to the inside. Preferably Logano trying to get the advantage. Side by side off of 4 for the lead. Penske teammates side drafting with Hamlin now. Close behind. Logano clears us before we even get into turn number 1. Hamlin coming up on the outside right behind us. Got a car to the inside. It's Kyle Busch. We get close, trying to side draft him, pinning him down the back stretch, and going into 3 again. The 11, the 18, still there. Oh, that's Ryan Newman in the mix. Newman trying to get one of his laps back. Where did he come from? I thought it was Kyle Busch the whole time. Guess not. Ryan Newman, I'm not even sure what position he is in, but he's putting up a fight. And meanwhile, that's helping Joey Logano maybe try to pull away. Oh, we had to check up. Got really tight all of a sudden through 1 and 2. Carried a little too much speed into the corner. Here comes Keselowski on the bottom. He's going to overtake us for second. Push coming now from Denny Hamlin going into turn 1. Hamlin now gets to the bottom. Newman dropped back a couple, well, not positions, but a couple cars got around him. Hamlin now clears us up off the corner. So we go to the inside of Denny Hamlin now going into turns 3 and 4. We are there. Can't hold the bottom that well. Hamlin's going to squeak on by and Busch will remain behind us for the moment. And now Kyle Busch going to look to our outside to keep us pinned on the bottom. We hit our apex fine that time, but I don't think we're clear. Nope, not at all. Kyle Busch actually clears us. And we're back to 5th. Keselowski in the lead. Oh, Logano late dive to the bottom. Didn't want to get stuck behind him. If they start racing for the lead up there, once again, we're going to have another thick pack with the top 5 all trying to battle. Truex again, he's on the lead lap. So is Suarez. Suarez is about a second off of us in 6th. Truex in 7th is about 5 to 5.5 seconds back, but he had to restart the rear of the field because he got the free pass. 2 in the 22. Side by side for the lead off of turn 4. Logano on the bottom, Keselowski on the top. Getting kind of a run now in the back of the 18. And pit strategy is going to play a factor here in this one. When will everybody pit? When is the perfect time to pit? Some may try to stretch it as long as they can, hope for a caution to pin another one. Some may split the stage in half per se. Some might actually try to save 2 laps of fuel and maybe make it to the end. Fact of the matter is, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what the leaders are going to do. So we're just going to have to let this thing play out as a deep dive going into 1, trying to clear the 18 of Busch. And we're going to do it off of turn number 2. We actually didn't lose that much ground. Back to the inside again as we try to get by Logano into 3 and 4. Deep dive, washing up the track just a little bit. Side by side off the exit of the corner. We couldn't clear him. Here comes Busch. He was looking to maybe make a move up the middle. Thought better of it. Now we clear Logano getting up into turn number 1. We go back to the middle. I kind of wanted to pin the 18 down if possible. It didn't really work. Now Busch trying to make the pass on us. Trying to get us back for 4th as Logano fades back. Hamlin still working on Keselowski. And we're going to clear Busch off of turn 4. Great run. And here we come. 53 to go. Closing to the back of the 11 now for 2nd. And Hamlin's got a good run on the bottom. Can't quite get alongside the 2 yet. And he can't pull up in front of us to block us as well. So we get the pole down the backstretch. Into 3, running just a hair higher than Keselowski in the entrance to the corner. Now looking in the middle. Oh, 3 wide for the lead off the exit of the corner. Contact with Hamlin. He's sideways. We're sideways. He goes spinning back up the track through the field. I don't think anybody hit him. Caution will fly again. We were 3 wide off the exit of turn 4. I couldn't quite hold the middle as well as I wanted to. Made contact with the 11. The 2 skates by on the outside with ease. And we'll have our 7th caution of the race. This time, we're good on fuel to the end. But the problem is going to lie right here. We actually gained a spot on pit road on Keselowski, so we gained 1 spot on pit road. We'll restart from the lead, controlling the pace, and the green flag is back in the air again. Brad got a good jump on the outside. 49 laps to go. Kyle Busch closing in right on our back bumper. He's not going anywhere either. Keselowski got a good initial start, but he might have had troubles getting from 3rd to 4th because he's going to drop a couple spots. Busch looking for the lead behind us now. We'll stay true to the outside lane like we have all race long. Trying to hold it full throttle here as we still try to get up to speed. Busch on the bottom clears us, at least for now. A little bit of contact. 48 to go. Oh, Logano almost slapped into the 2 of Keselowski. Hamlin's there on us now. Just held 3 and 4 full throttle. Hamlin can't clear us. So close to one another here. Three wide back there for 4th. Keselowski onto our back bumper in the middle of 3 and 4 now. We've got a run on Denny Hamlin. Big momentum for 2nd. Side by side into 1. A little contact. Not the first time we've made contact here. And here comes Keselowski in the 2. He gave us a little bit of a shot. Got us more loose than anything, and Hamlin's going to get on by for 2nd. Another run coming to the back of the 11. Into turns 1 and 2. Getting up close to that wall. Here comes Keselowski on the bottom. He's there for 3rd. Can't complete the pass. He'll try to do it through 3 and 4 now. Hamlin in 2nd just ahead. Big run coming. Here we go. Side drafting off the 2. 3 wide through the tri-oval. At least looked like it was going to. We kind of lost a little bit of momentum. Keselowski side drafted us back again. Keselowski makes the pass from 4th to 2nd. In the span of about a half a lap as we go down to the inside on Denny Hamlin through 3 and 4. And we're going to complete the pass for 3rd. Here we go. 43 laps left. And now we sit in 3rd place. Keselowski, arguably the fastest driver in the short runs. Will he have a shot at Kyle Busch now? .42 to go. Tried to get the car to stick on the inside that time. Probably should have stayed along the top. Just trusted it with patience. 40 laps to go. Could be the calm before the storm. Will we even stay green to the end of this race? At this point, I have no clue. Good on fuel to the end. Tires should be good. But as hard as we have been battling since the restart, we might be burning them out. Slide job now for second. Can we clear the two of Keselowski? Not quite. And the battle continues for second. Brad's not going away without a fight. And neither are we. Trying to go up the track to side draft him through the tri-oval. And now Brad to the bottom and Blaney goes to the top. We're going to get a run down the backstretch. We'll try to dive bomb him going into 3 again. Now Brad's looking like he's going to protect the bottom. That's what he does. He makes us run the top once more. Now we're side by side off the exit of 2. Trying to pull past him. Longer we battle, the more Kyle Busch will pull away. Can we clear him this time? Not quite. Got a good run though going into 3 again. Brad's not done yet. He gets back to the inside, but he's not going to have the run to stay alongside of us this time. All clear off of turn 4. Blaney up to second, now trying to run down Kyle Busch. 37 laps to go. A little less than a second off the race lead. Still got a little bit before we catch lap traffic. Hopefully we can catch the 18 before then. Kyle Busch at this point in the run might be a sitting duck. Only about a half second ahead. He keeps running the bottom of the track, giving us the top, which is allowing us to catch him a lot quicker. Busch again down to the bottom. Gonna catch him in no time this way. Busch back down to the bottom of the track again through 3 and 4. Here comes Blaney on the top, side by side for the lead off of 4. Side draft, here we go. Battle for the lead is on. We're going to lead the lap at the line. Can't quite clear him. There's a little bit of contact. Oh, a little loose. Busch in the 18 right there. Pulls up in front of us. A little bit of a bump. Down to the bottom. Shooting the gap. Deep dive. Slide. Washing up the track. Trying to side draft the 18. Can't get to him yet. Side by side for the lead. Busch trying to hold on. Lap traffic looming and a caution will fly once more with 34 to go. Clint Boyer will get the free pass this time. We'll have 9 drivers on the lead lap. It looks like everybody's staying out, and if that is the case, I think we're going to hit pit road. I'll take the fresh tires. That would leave only Alex Bowman as the only other driver 1 lap down still on the racetrack. So we'll have 31 laps to go when we go green. We'll restart in the 8th spot. We might have craziness on the restart again, but we do have fresh tires. How quickly can we get to the lead? The green flag is in the air once more. Will this be the final restart, or will we get another caution in the final 31 laps of this race? Already looking to the top side. Not wasting any time to find my sweet spot. Off of turn 2, 3 wide. Just trying to hold the line as we close into the back of Joey Logano. Now going into turns 3 and 4. Busch leads. Hamlin looking to the inside. 3 wide for 3rd off the exit of the corner now. Here comes Blaney on 4 fresh Goodyears. Wasting no time at all as we get back up to speed with 30 to go. Driving it hard on the outside of the racetrack. Getting it to stick. Now to the outside of the lead for Kyle Busch. In the wall off of 2. Busch side drafts, going back into 3 again. On the bottom, Blaney on the top. Hamlin also down on the bottom behind Busch. Blaney all clear off of turn 4, 29 to go. In the lead once more. And smooth sailing if we stay green to the finish from here. And if a caution comes out even later like we saw at Dover in the last race, and everybody on the lead lap pits like in the last race, we're going to have a wild finish. But for now, it looks like it's ours to lose unless the yellow comes out. What a race it has been to this point. Action just building up throughout a pretty quiet first stage. Then by about halfway through stage 2, things started to amp up. And that led through an entirety of the third stage being very aggressive on the restarts. With very great driving outside of the one time we kind of lost control in the middle when we were 3 wide for the lead and hit Hamlin. Hamlin went sideways. But other than that, we've been racing pretty clean with one another for the most part. Four and a half second lead, 24 laps to go. Five drivers have DNF'd in this race so far. Compared to Dover, though, I think we had 7 DNF at Dover. We had a little bit more cautions. Well, it kind of brushed the wall through 3 and 4 again there, but we're good. We got a big lead. We got the fresh tires. The only thing that could hurt us now is a caution or a possible wreck, which I don't see myself wrecking unless we get a crash in lap traffic ahead of us and we got nowhere to go. That's about the only thing. But we haven't wrecked in the race yet, so we haven't used any of our strikes either. So we would have to pit to repair damage only, but we'd at least still have a shot. Kyle Busch in second, Denny Hamlin third, Martin Truex Jr. fourth, and Keselowski's falling back to fifth. So Joe Gibbs Racing running second through fourth, with Penske running fifth and sixth, as well as the race lead. A couple Stewart Haas cars are running seventh and eighth as well. Oh, in the wall up 4 again. A little bit more damage. Got to take it easy here. We got 21 to go. We're almost there. Can't keep it off the wall. 20 to go. quickly out to about a 9.5 second lead. Busch and Hamlin battling for second. Keselowski's moved himself back up to fourth, at least for the moment on Truex. He hasn't really pulled away from them though. They're still battling, it looks like. At least looking at the interval up where the leaderboard is on the top left of your screen. I'm honestly scared though, because I think that last caution in the Dover race came out with 8 to go and we were just trying to survive last 5 laps on that restart. Everybody on fresh tires. I'm scared that that might happen again. Problem is, we've seen here, it seems like I can't even make it back to the start-finish line after 1 lap holding on to the lead. I don't know how I did it for 5 yesterday, but really the only thing, they would have to pit, like I said too. If the caution comes out and they don't pit, even if they do get around me right on the initial start, I mean, I've got the 4 fresh tires. I should be able to pull past them within another lap or 2. All it takes is one of those guys to pit, not even all of them. If just one of them pits, I'm going to pit too. I mean, I got to stay on the same strategy as them. I guess it depends on how many laps are left too. I mean, if we have less than 5 laps to go and only one of them pit, I think we just got to keep the track position, hold on to the lead out in front. Over the 2 hour and 15 minute mark over the course of this race so far. We're going to have a long one in the next Cup Series race, Coca-Cola 600. That'll be coming up on Thursday on the channel. That will be, of course, another full race live stream. I'm not exactly sure what time that race will start yet, but it will be posted on the weekly schedule, and that weekly schedule will be posted either later tonight or sometime tomorrow morning. So be on the lookout for that to check all the weekly streaming start times for the course of this next week. Definitely got a couple more career mode episodes coming for you guys Monday through Wednesday as well, but the next full-length race won't be until Thursday. So we swept both stages, trying to win the race now and max out in a 60-point day. We already had a big lead coming into this race on Denny Hamlin in the regular season point standings. Kyle Busch was in in third place rather, not too far behind second in Denny Hamlin. And Busch has outscored him in both stages, and it looks like he could outscore him in the race. They're still battling for second, both within a 10th or 2 of each other. 11 laps to go at the line. Look at our race trends here. Fastest lap of the race is a 30.835, so we have ran in the 30-second lap barriers. It's been a while, and that was the fastest lap I've ever ran here at Kansas in the Cup Series as well. So yeah, we definitely had this car hooked up on a rail pretty much since the start. The field definitely got a lot faster. The way the first stage went, it seemed like after about 10 laps we'd pull away, but the later the race went on, it was looking more like closer to a 20-lap stretch before we'd actually start the pull away. And the quick cautions made for a pretty interesting third stage. It barely kept it off the wall there, going 3 wide through turns 1 and 2. Clint Boyer in the 14. He's going to go a lap down now. So 7 drivers currently on the lead lap. Got a 20.5-second lead, 9 to go. Eight to go. Alex Bowman just in front of us. He'll go multiple laps down now. He wasn't already multiple laps down. Almirola in 7th. He's about to go his 1 lap down now. Got Joey Logano just up ahead as well. With the 34 of McDowell first, and Logano's the 2nd yellow car up ahead. Just got to get to the white flag. We've got 6 to go. So yeah, we're at that point. If a caution comes out, we're just going to stay out. Unless everybody decides to pit, then I don't know what we're going to do. But we'll just hope that we stay green so we don't have to come to that. Now we've got 5 laps to go at the line. Squeezing to the outside of Joey Logano now. Five drivers now on the lead lap. Late in the race, Hamlin has moved up to 2nd past Kyle Busch. Oh, a little contact with Eric Jones getting into turn 3. Now they move off the top. Give me a lane. We're all good though. Just a small scare there. We've got 4 to go now. It looks like got the ability to do this. Here's Truex in 5th. Bounce back day for him to finish inside the top 5. Ooh, we'll bounce off the wall now too. Coming out of turn 4. We're still good. Got 3 to go. They're so close to getting to the white flag. Now 2 to go. Mile and a half away from the white flag. Caution comes out, we go to overtime. And we'll settle it there. Had at least a few overtime finishes already this season. But the last one coming at Bristol. Finished 5th in that race. Kevin Harvick got the win. Harvick's been nowhere to be found inside the top 10 at all today. Maybe he was one of the guys that DNF, I'm not totally sure. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go. We're going to get to the finish under green here. At least it looks like it. Keselowski going to go another lap down. Looks like Kyle Busch will go a lap down. We might be able to lap the entire field before the end of this race, which is not exactly fitting of how this 3rd stage went. More like the 1st stage, but us having the fresher tires on that last restart definitely helped us pull away. Yeah, we're going to put a lap on the field. Off of turn 4 for the final time. Ryan Blaney gets the win at Kansas Speedway. Time for a victory burnout celebration. What a win. We're one race away from halfway through the regular season. Good race with a little bit of an anticlimactic finish in the final 30 laps or so, but we got the win nevertheless. Along with the 2-stage win, 7 playoff points on the day. Total time over the course of this race, 2 hours and 14 minutes, 134 minutes in total time. So, yep, 9th win of the season. There we are in victory lane. We're definitely well deserving of the victory here today. Kyle Busch at the fastest lap with a 30.712. Ryan Blaney led the most laps. So we led the most laps, 170 of the 267 laps led. Again, we started at the rear, 39th. We did not qualify or practice. And Kevin Harvick, he was one of the drivers at DNF there because he started 9th, finished 39th. That is going to be it here for this one. And if you enjoyed, hit the like button down below, whether it was the race, the commentary, or the video in general. Hit the subscribe button for more daily NASCAR content such as streams and videos with actual realistic broadcasting like this. And hit the bell notification if you do wish to subscribe so you never miss an upload or a stream. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I appreciate it as always. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.